this video, I have discussed about how to perform the JavaScript operations in a PHP page. So let's just take the flow of this video. In this video, I will explain you what is JavaScript, why we use JavaScript, types of a JavaScript like internal JavaScript, external JavaScript, how JavaScript work for the validation, and then finally the summary. So let's just start our procedure. I use Dreamweaver to write the code. You just click on a file, then new, select your page type as a PHP and click on a create button. Right, so this is what our default untitled page. Before we write a code, let's just save this examples, this page. We just say that 29 JavaScript example. JavaScript.php. This is what my page name is. Select all files and then click on a save button. So this is what my first PHP page. Now in this video I will explain you the JavaScript concept. Now why JavaScript and what is the use of a JavaScript? JavaScript basically used for the validations purpose. Validations in the sense, let's say when we run some sites and if we are forgot to enter the data like a first name and a last name, at that time it shows me some kind of a message box. The kind of a message box will be generated like please enter first name and please enter the last name. So for that functionality we are using JavaScript, right? So let's just take an overview. But before we just start the coding, I just explain you that JavaScript contain basically two parts, internal JavaScript and an external JavaScript. In this video, first of all, we discussed about the internal JavaScript, how it works, and then after the external JavaScript. So let's just write our code. In between body opening and closing, I write my code input type is equal to submit. What my target is that when I click on a button, name OK, I just want to generate some simple text like please or a welcome to the share my info. This is what my target is. So over here in this page, first of all, I have created one button name OK. Now to walk with the JavaScript coding, I just want to remind you something that in a C, our program execution start with this. I just explain you. As you know that our C program compiler start execution with the use of this curly bracket, and this is what the closing is. So same way in a JavaScript we write our JavaScript code after the title closing and before the head closing, right? So you just specify your script. This is what is the JavaScript opening script. Specify your type as a JavaScript, text JavaScript. Select language is equal to JavaScript, right? Okay, so this is what your JavaScript opening and this is what your JavaScript closing. In between this two, you are allowed to write your JavaScript functions, right? Now let's just write some functions, but I have some code already prepared, so I'll just give you one by one example of it. This is what my function is. I just explain you what exactly this will do in this program. You can see that this is what my function name valid chr have a message like alert welcome to the share my info. So what will happen is that when we call this function name valid underscore chr, whatever I have written inside in this body of the function will be executed. Alert basically used to generate the message box for our application. Again I repeat, alert is used to generate the message, right? So let's just first of all call this function. My target is that when I click on a button, at that time I want to call this JavaScript functions. So you just go back to your input type submit. Now we have so many events. Now let's just discuss about what exactly meaning of a event is. That you can see we have event like on blur, on change, on key button, focus, key up down. So this is what the event is when we just key up or mouse over on mouse down. This is what the events are. Now in this program my target is that when I click on a button, that means I select on click event. So you just specify your event as a on click, and in between the double quotes you just specify your JavaScript function. So I just copy my function name and place it in between the on click events. Just save this page. So this is what my first page is. This program's called as an internal JavaScript example. Why we say that this program is an internal JavaScript? Reason is that whatever the function I have in a JavaScript written in a same page, PHP page contain the JavaScript functions. This is what the example of a JavaScript, internal JavaScript. So to check this application, let's just first of all run the application with the use of a browser. Specify your path in a URL. This is what my page contain the information 26 javascript.php. Now when I click on a OK button, you can see that one message is generated. Welcome to the Sharma Infoway. So this is how the internal JavaScript works. This is what the simple demo example for the internal JavaScript. Now we are interested to perform the external JavaScript. So again, go back to the file, new, select your page type as a PHP, click on a create button. In this program, I will perform the same task. Again, I repeat, in this program, I will perform the same task. But what exactly meaning of external JavaScript is that we write our JavaScript code in a separate file. Again, I repeat, we write our JavaScript code. That means JavaScript functions in a special .js file and call it into this .php page. So to go further, let's just first of all save this page. 26 external JavaScript.php. Okay, now our next target, this program, this page is basically example of external JavaScript. So again, go back to the file, select new. You can see that we have option name our page type as a JavaScript. In the beginning, in a few seconds, I told you that we write our JavaScript function in a separate file when we are interested to perform the external JavaScript consist. So you just select your page type as a JavaScript and then click on a create button. Now you are allowed to write your JavaScript function in this page and perform the necessary operations. So to write the code, let's just first of all save this page. 26 JS demo. Now this page contains the extension .js. Okay, so now select your file as all types, all files, and then click on a save button. So this is what our external JavaScript example. This is what my .php page, and this is what my .js page. I will write my JavaScript function over here and call it in this .php page. So I just write my code same as in an external JavaScript. Just copy the same code for the input type, submit, place it inside in between body of body tag, in between body opening closing. Now I just save this page. In the beginning of this video, I told you that we require JavaScript opening and closing bracket. So same way you just specify script type as a JavaScript, language is equal to JavaScript. But in an internal JavaScript, we will not specify our .js path. The reason is that, again I repeat, you just go back to the internal JavaScript example. You just see that in this first page I have specified only the type and language, but not the src. Reason is that our JavaScript functions in a same page. That's why we not specify our source path. But when we perform the external JavaScript example, at that time we use src just for the source and click on a browse. Select your page, my JS file 26 jsdemo.js, which is my JavaScript page. Just select particular page and click on a OK button. Okay, so this is what my JavaScript opening and this is what my JavaScript closing is. Now in a this particular page, write your JavaScript function. So I just copy all the functions which I have already written. You just copy it and place over here, save with this particular page. So this is what my external JavaScript example. What happened is that in external JavaScript we just specify only the source path, and when we run the application and click on the OK button, with the use of a source path, it will automatically find out the particular page and then the functions. This is how the external JavaScript operations works. So to check out the output, let's just go back to the browser and run the application. So I just go back to the my URL, refresh the page. Now you can see that I have one page 26 external javascript.php. You can see that this is what the external JavaScript example. Click on OK button. You can see that it will perform the same operation. It will generate an error, but this example is basically just for the external JavaScript. So this is how the external and internal JavaScript operations works. Now in the beginning I told you that JavaScript is also used for the validations purposes. This is work for the validation. We have discussed that it will shows us a message box. So let's just take another example. If a user forgot to enter the first name inside the text box, and some message box will be generated. So let's just take an overview. Again, go back to the file, create a new, select page type as a PHP and click on a create button. Now you can see that we have another page. To write a code before you just save particular page, so just file and then save, validation, text box, which is my page name, and then save as all files. So this is what my page is. Now I just place one table in between my body opening and closing. So just go to the insert tab, click on a table, specify number of rows and columns, click on OK button. So this is what my one table which contains 3 rows and 2 columns. I just require only 2 rows, so you just remove the 1 row and just go. You can see that designing part I would require one text box and button. So this text just for the user purpose, enter first name. In this second row you just specify your text box code. So just go to the first row, second column. This is what my second column of my first row. Specify input type is equal to text. Type just text for the text box purpose. Specify the name and then ID. Okay, so you can see that one text box is generated in a first row. Okay, now I just want another one button in a second row. Okay, I have some code already exists, so I just copy the code over here. Input type, submit, and then value is equal to OK. So this is what our page is. Now in a third video I have discussed about the form action concepts. To review, to study more detail about the form actions, just first of all study the video 3 for the basic informations operations. Over here in after the body tag I just specify form actions, nothing, specify the form ID, name and ID. I have some code already exists, so I just use it, the code. You can see that I have some code for the form, right? So this is what my form. I just close my form tag after the closing of my table tag. Okay, so this is what my one page contain one text box and button, and the form contains ID F1. But what my target is that when I click on the OK button, at that time if I am forgot to enter the data in my text box, I want to generate some JavaScript alert message. So let's just first of all write our JavaScript coding. As you know that we write our JavaScript functions in between the closing of a head text. So just go back to the after the title you just specify JavaScript functions. I have some functions already exist, already prepared it, so you just study it carefully. I just explain you know about the type and the language. This is what my function name is. Now we just write our functions name and then just close it. So this is what my flow is. Now I write my code in between this opening curly and closing of a curly bracket. Now what my target is that when I click on a OK button and forgot to enter the data in a T1, I want to generate the JavaScript alert message. So we write some code something like var is equal to p1. To declare the variable inside in a JavaScript function, we use our type as a var p1, which is my variable name. And if I'm interested to access the value of a T1 text box, I just write my code something like this: document dot f1. F1 basically you can see that F1 which is my form ID. Again I repeat, if I'm interested to copy and use the text box information in my JavaScript function, at that time I specify document, then after F1 which is works for the form ID. You can see that F1 which is my form ID and then your text box name which is .t1. Right, so this is what my JavaScript function is. Right, I just use the code. You can see that this is what my code is. I just copy and paste over here. You can see why we specify F1. The reason is that our text box and our button right now plays inside in between opening and closing of a form text. So to access the HTML controllers, we use F1 a form ID. Now we write some code just for the validation purpose. If a P1 is null, then we are interested to generate our JavaScript alert message. So you just copy this code. Now I explain you what exactly this code means. Is that if our P1 dot value, that means that with the use of this line, T1 will assign the value to the P1. That means that it allowed to access the value. If our length is equal to 0 or null, at that time it will show me the alert message that please enter the first name. So we write our alert message. I just copy my code over here and just paste. So this is what my concept is. P1 basically my JavaScript variable. With the use of this I can allow to check out that P1 contain a length is equal to 0 or not. If it contains 0, that means that we are forgot to enter the data inside in my text box. So I just save this page and run the application. So just go back to the browser, refresh your URL. Okay, select your page validation text box.php, click on OK button. It generates T1. Now when I click on OK button, you can see it show me no alert message. That means I just forgot it. T1 got null value. So I just go back to my Dreamweaver. Oh, I just forgot to write the function call. So specify on click events and specify your function name valid.chr. Copy the function name placed over here and then save it, run the application. Okay, now you can see that if I am forgot to enter the data in my text box, the one alert message will be generated. It shows me that please enter the first name. So this is how with the use of a JavaScript you are allowed to perform the validation operations. This is just for the null value. You are allowed to perform the operations and validation operations like please enter the data in an email format, please enter the only phone numbers, and so many operations you are allowed to perform. Thank you.